Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my
Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight.
system. I don't wanna get saved. I've been doing shit my way, the highway, and in the driveway is a nice range. 'Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want.
Ready, bro. Firing all cylinders. Reaction time there, speed there. It's focus. That's what got him ready. It's focus.
Good. 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 Stay in your rhythm, champ. Stay in your rhythm. Your rhythm, your time, your fight. Let's go.
You trying hard? Good job. This effort.
Inside this camp. That's the truth hiding inside this camp. While the noise gets louder and emotions run wild, one man is sharpening silence into a weapon. Chaos looks dangerous until it meets control. When the bell rings, we'll see which philosophy survives. If you felt that tension, hit subscribe. Politeness or pretty footwork for highlight reels, it's about something far colder, far quieter, and far more terrifying than raw aggression. Because what's unfolding behind closed doors isn't a fighter preparing for a brawl. It's a system being sharpened to suffocate chaos itself. And while fans keep arguing about excitement and knockouts, Shakur's camp is busy doing something far more dangerous, turning pressure into background noise, because the very first thing you learn when you step inside Stevenson's camp
How many rounds you do today? 17, right?
is that Teofimo's early explosion is not feared. It's expected, rehearsed, normalized, beaten into muscle memory through fast-paced rounds that never slow down, short rest breaks that refuse to let lungs recover, and drills designed to force Shakur to immediately regain distance the moment it's taken away. Over and over until pressure stops feeling like danger and starts feeling like routine. Because the real goal here isn't survival, it's confidence denial. It's stripping Teofimo of the psychological reward he gets when opponents panic, freeze, or shell up. And Shakur's trainers understand something crucial that casual fans miss. Teofimo doesn't just fight with his fists, he fights with belief. And belief is fragile when every explosive entry is met with emptiness, angles, and resets that make you feel like you're swinging underwater.
I got you on my time.
And this is where the brutality of Shakur's preparation reveals itself. Not in blood or knockdowns, but in repetition so ruthless, it reprograms instinct. Because every single movement in camp ends with the same rule: move, touch, step away, angle out. No admiring work, no standing still. No lingering exchanges, just controlled steps that keep Teofimo close enough to commit but never stable enough to land clean. A range that feels inviting but punishes bravery. a space where fighters think they're close to success right up until they're missing by inches and burning energy for nothing. And this is where Shakur's so-called boring style becomes something else entirely, something predatory.
Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. There we go, there we go. Left 15, all the way down.
I feel great. Sprints kind of be getting me right, get my conditioning right. Sometimes in a fight could turn into a sprint. Cause it's like, to start the pace fast as hell and then they can't keep up the pace, but the sprints will kind of get you in shape to where once you break down, sometimes you get a second win, then you get another win, then you get another win after that. So I did the sprints a lot in a Jamel Herring fight. That's why you seen me fight at a fast pace. And then once I slowed down, I picked it back up and I had all the energy in the world to do it. So,
because while Teofimo loads up on single shots, jumping in with power and emotion, Shakur is quietly fixing the smallest defensive lapses, shaving milliseconds off reactions, correcting foot placement, tightening angles, ensuring that every slip has a destination and every step has an escape route. And inside camp, the phrase that keeps coming up isn't "don't get hit." It's "don't be there," because the clean shots don't happen by accident.
Yeah, let's do the rest centered up, I think.
Oh, centered up? Okay, yeah, sorry. So he's looking right in the camera?
Yeah, because he's talking to...
Yeah, I'll land a punch on him, for sure.
Do you believe your opponent underestimates you?
I think my opponent is underestimating me because he said that I'm a slow one. He think that I'm...
They happen when fighters linger, and Shakur's camp is built to erase lingering from existence, turning movement into a constant flow that denies rhythm before it ever forms. And mentally, this preparation cuts even deeper, because the film study isn't focused on highlight moments or viral knockouts. It's focused on habits. The tiny tells Teofimo doesn't even realize he's giving away. The way he loads his weight before exploding. The way he commits fully to single shots instead of combinations. The way frustration creeps into his movement when entries don't land. And the plan isn't to embarrass him early, it's to let those habits play out again and again until they become predictable.
Smart.
Okay.
I can guarantee you this is what Shakur is going to do. Shakur is going to come out middle of the ring, work that jab, work that pawn that he does, all that, the feints. He's going to try to touch him with the jab, but he's going to be waiting on his moments to snap with that right hand, waiting on his moments to counter, waiting on his moments. And when they're not there, he's just going to slide off, go for that little walk. What I like about Shakur, though, is, we already know the statistical numbers in terms of how much he gets hit per round and even per fight, which is
low.
But the other side of that is offensively, he's very accurate.
Until by the middle rounds, his attacks feel less like threats and more like scheduled events. Anticipated, diffused, punished not with counters, but with absence. Because nothing drains a pressure fighter faster than swinging into nothingness. And this is where outside voices start connecting the dots. Because Shawn Porter, who understands pressure fighting better than almost anyone alive, has made it clear that Shakur's constant restarts aren't passive resets. They're oxygen theft, they're rhythm assassinations, because Teofimo thrives on broken patterns, on emotional spikes, on moments that feel like momentum shifts.
While we don't like that he might throw 30, 40 punches around, he's usually on point when he throws. He don't miss. He finds his moments and then he turns it on. The difference is when he turns it on is he's delivered that power to a point where we actually sit back and all right, round after round, like, all right, he's losing. Teo's finding moments to steal moments in every round and steal rounds and actually win on the scorecards simply because he did just a little bit more, simply because he was just a little bit more active. I don't know.
And Shakur's entire system is designed to make sure those moments never arrive. And then there's Bernie Thaw Boxer, who describes Shakur's range as cursed, a space where opponents feel brave enough to attack, but foolish every time they do. Because the closer they think they are to landing, the more they miss. And that frustration doesn't just wear down stamina, it corrodes judgment, leading fighters to reach, overcommit, and abandon discipline. And the comparison that keeps surfacing, whether fans like it or not, is Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not because Shakur copies him, but because he understands the same truth. That making opponents miss cleanly isn't boring, it's humiliating. And humiliation breaks fighters faster than pain ever could. And even voices like Jose Benavidez Sr.
No, well, Shakur has the ability to diffuse you, so I think he has the Mayweather effect where he can diffuse you. It's just on if he's going to take the more risk, to stamp his victory, you know what I mean? He gonna let his hands go in the times that he could using his speed, So that's just what I think it is with that. I think he know how to nullify leads in some fights. He's not as capitalized as much as you think he could. So I think that's gonna be it. If you make him miss, make him pay 2 or 3. Not just one counter punch. So I think that's the thing about it, and I'm sure that he will, I'm sure that he will. Of course, he's going to be a little cautious at first, but Teo ain't knocking nobody out neither, though.
Who openly acknowledge that Shakur's low-risk approach can limit fireworks, also admit that discipline and control win fights at the highest level, and that while Teofimo's talent is undeniable, talent without focus bleeds out under sustained denial. And that's the real conflict brewing here, not just boxer versus boxer, but philosophy versus philosophy. Because Teofimo lives for ignition, for emotional surges, for moments where the fight explodes and the crowd erupts.
I'm just, so the kid, he in a good position, and if he is able to win against Teofimo Lopez, he will be a lineal champion in 2 weights. And okay, Teo, he's done that. So if he beats Teo, he equals that accomplishment, and he beats him. So I would definitely say he's the best boxer. He's the best one.
Shakur Stevenson's fucking insane. He's good. He knows how to win fights. He doesn't risk as much, and I think he should because he's really good at it. But he just sometimes makes fights so boring. The only one that I like is the one that he fought and looked spectacular. Yeah, inside. He stayed inside. He showed. I was like, what the fuck? And all the other fights, I would just fall asleep, bro,
While Shakur lives for minutes, for quiet domination, for rounds that feel uneventful until you realize one fighter is breathing harder, swinging wider, and thinking slower. And inside this camp, the belief is absolute. Chaos only works when someone agrees to participate, and Shakur Stevenson has no intention of agreeing. Because this fight isn't about proving toughness, it's about proving truth, about testing whether emotion can overpower structure, or whether structure can drain emotion dry. And the brutal irony is that if Shakur succeeds, it may not look violent, it may not trend for knockouts, but it will be devastating in a way that lingers, because when a pressure fighter realizes the storm he brings no longer scares anyone, that's when doubt creeps in, and doubt is heavier than any punch. And as camp grinds on with relentless pace, controlled movement, and psychological precision,
and they have so much talent and they just lose a little bit of focus, in boxing will make you pay for that, So I'm just hoping that he's 100% back and focused. And man, when he's focused, that guy is dangerous, So if he's focused, we're having a great fight. We're having a good fight. And you can't blink because both of these guys have power. So, or they can hurt him. I'm just so happy that this fight got made, and I'm looking forward to see this fight.
Absolutely, man. It's nice to see these guys the best fight the best. Who do you favor in the fight?
I like I said, both of them are so good, and like I said, whoever shows up that night is the one that's going to be more focused. And
one thing becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't a man preparing to survive Teofimo Lopez. This is a man preparing to make Teofimo question everything he believes about himself inside the ring. And when order meets chaos, only one truth gets to walk out untouched. And inside this camp, Shakur Stevenson is betting everything that quiet control breaks loud ambition every single time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like, hit subscribe, and share this video with every boxing fan you know. Drop your prediction in the comments, Shakur or Teofimo. We'll see who called it first. Stay locked in, more heat coming.